Let me think. I don't really need advice, but I feel like it's a good story about to not take rejection personally.
Okay.
Because I went out. So I went out last weekend, and I just went to some bars that I wanted to check out.
Okay.
And then I'm in this movie club in my city, and I seen some people at this bar from the movie club, and they were there because they were celebrating some guy's birthday. And I knew all of them kinda. And then there was this girl that was there. She got revitiligo, the thing on the skin that make it black and white.
Right.
But and she was there. But a year ago, I met her at the same type of place, but
Right.
and her friend was trying to put me on with her. But when I asked for her number after talking to her for a couple hours, she said her body language said nah, so I just said it's alright.
Yeah.
And then I didn't see her again until last weekend. But I recognized her, and then I went up to I already went up to the group.
Did you say, yo, two-tone?
You said what?
You said, yo, two-tone. Long time no see.
Yeah, like I asked her if she remembered me. She said, nah. Well, I just said stuff. I didn't mention the rejection part.
Right.
But she didn't remember me, and I was just making conversation.
Yeah.
And then she bought me a drink when I was talking to her.
Okay.
She was like, do you want a drink? She was like, do I want a drink? And I was like, you gonna buy me a drink? And then she said, yeah, I guess. And then I was like, yeah. And then I just talked to her, but then, cause she dubbed me a year ago, I'm not gonna shoot my shot. So I told her, cause I wanted to check out some other places, I'm like, appreciate you for buying me the drink, but I'm gonna go check out some other places. And then she was like, oh, you leaving? Like, it's so early. And then I thought that was like a sign, but I needed something more explicit. So I told her, like, if you want me to stay, then you tell me right now and I'll stay. And then she was like, she said, I don't want to make a decision, people could do what they want. And I just said, all right. And then I left, and then disappeared for 2-3 hours. And then I came back, and then I came back an hour before the club closed. And then she was surprised I came back. She was like, oh, you came back. And then her friend, the same one that tried to put me on a year ago, She was there. And then she pushed the girl towards me, literally. And then she pulled me to the side, the white girl that was a friend. And she was like, hey, my friend, she thinks you're hot. You got to make something work. You got to. He was like, do something. And I was like, all right. So then I just talked to her, and then I made something work. And then, I just set up I went on a date with her right after. And then I set up another date. And that's it.
That's what's up, man. Check you out. Getting bought drinks and whatnot.
Yeah, I was surprised. But I ain't gonna lie, my game is very bad though, because it's not terrible, but I feel like if the girl that was the wing girl wasn't there, I wouldn't have achieved anything, to be honest.
Yeah, you gotta pick up on sub communication, man.
Oh yeah, wait, what did I miss though?
You missed hella signals. One, she bought you a drink.
Oh.
I don't know how it could be more obvious than that. This ain't you were out with a female friend and she brought you a drink. No, this is a woman that you shot at before, and then she brought you a drink. And then when you were about to leave, she expressed that she didn't want you to.
It was too early.
Right.
Yeah, but I didn't pick up on it. I picked up on it, but I was like, I didn't know. But the early thing I thought, but I was like, I don't know. But it's funny though, because the same night, because me and her, the other people, we went out to eat. Me and her was just talking, and then she brought up oh yeah, I do remember when I didn't give you my number. And she was like, oh, I just don't really give guys my numbers, blase, blase. But I didn't bring it up though. She brought it up to give me clarification. But I feel like her and the wing girl had a girl talk outside the club, because when I was talking with them inside and then they went out, it seemed like a different strategy was going on. Because when I was talking to her, when the white girl was like, you gotta make something work, she was like, she was telling me the girl I was trying to talk to. She was like, "Oh, I'm just trying to make a decision." So and then she came. Then her and the girl went outside. And then they came back inside.
Yeah, she basically pulled you, brother. But it's okay. A win is a win. But you got to pick up. You got to pick up on the self communication, man.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
the
that's
that's
it.
the
But
biggest
yeah.
that's the biggest thing, right? You got to pick up on the
Yeah.
self communication, because it's like
Yeah, I got.
women often aren't direct like that. Like you kind of was trying to force her to be direct, like when you were like, "Oh, you don't want me to leave." She ain't really comfortable saying no, right? So
Yeah.
that was an opportunity to like be playful with her a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, gotta gotta pick up on the self communication, brother. But you know, we're all learning. You're young. It'll come. You keep putting yourself in the environments to do so. So where did y'all go on the date when y'all left that venue?
Well, actually, because she was the one that asked me out on the date. She was like, "Do you want to go somewhere to eat?" And then I was like, "Yeah." And it's like some place across the corner, like a pizza place. It wasn't really a date, but we just like talked, had a real conversation after, where she like clarified stuff, but she didn't have to. Like she clarified the past rejection, because I didn't know why she rejected me, so I just assumed she wasn't interested. That's why, like, you know, when I went up to her in the club, when I seen her again, I just was having a conversation with another person, because I mean, she didn't do anything wrong. So I just assumed that she wasn't interested in general, or whatever. But she chose to clarify. But
Yeah, there's like how long ago did she reject you?
that shit was like 9 months ago,
You can
a year
always
ago.
you
I
can
was also,
you can always shoot again, brother.
I was also,
You can always shoot again.
yeah,
Like, because women be in different life situations. You know, she could have been having a bad day. She could have been talking to somebody at that time. There's a myriad of different reasons why she could have just refused to give you. You could have been like dressed terribly as well. All types of reasons why she could have rejected you. But when enough time passes, you can always shoot again.
yeah, that's
Always.
something. Yeah, I think from this thing I learned, I just gotta be, you know, like you said, pick up and take the lead more, instead of trying to get it in like other ways. Because yeah, if the wing girl wasn't there, it would have been game over as far as net neutral. That would
Right.
happen.
Right. Like I said, man, a win is a win. I'm glad you got that. So when you seeing her again?
Supposed to be like next weekend, but I mean, now I gotta decide if I like her, because I don't know.
What's wrong with her?
Nothing. Well, yeah, I mean, there's like an age difference, so I mean,
What are the ages?
24. She's like 30.
She's 30?
Yeah.
Does she know how old you are?
Yeah, she don't care, but yeah, she doesn't care.
She trying to get cracked. You met her at
Yeah.
You met her.
Like, I
It was
seen
the
her
bar, right?
Yeah, but like when I like talked to her, she had on these two bracelets, and I was like, "Oh, what are these?" And then one of them were like the bracelets you make as a kid, where you put words, and one of the words was HO, and the other word was FUCK. And then I was like, "Oh, like this, like hold like the garden tool." And then she was like, "Nah." I was like, "Oh, okay. Interesting. But she cool though. But I don't really think.
I wouldn't take this one serious, but have a good time, Chief.
Yeah, this ain't no relationship.
Right.
But
Right.
yeah. But yeah, that's it. Appreciate you for listening.
All right, brother. Keep me posting how it goes. All right.
Ah.
All right. That's hilarious. Hilarious. She's a different 30-year-old, shows immaturity, which explains a lot of the other behavior. Yeah, I would have to agree with you. I would have to agree with you. Man, where all the callers at? We had like 8 people in the queue. Y'all drop. If you have a question pertaining to dating and relationships, any kind of problems you're having, you can hit the button at the bottom of the screen with the blue and pink person, and I will bring you up and solve your issue. Hello? Hello?
Can you hear me?
What?
Hello?
I can't hear you, bro. Come back up when you improve your connection. Like I was saying, if you have a question pertaining to dating and relationships, you can hit the button at the bottom of the screen with the blue and pink person. I will bring you up and solve your issue. You can also drop your question in the chat, and I'll answer it there until we get another caller. He's talking over a walkie-talkie. Now, that was one of them cuts with a string on it. How old was Typo? Typo was 24. Typo's 24. Hello. Hello? She was over there killing a roach. What was that about? Yo.
Alright, let's try this again.
Same thing, brother.
Oh man, all good. My bad, bro. I appreciate you.
You're
We'll
good,
try
too.
again another time.
All right. Copy over is crazy. Does no contact work? Wrong question. Listen, no contact is supposed to be used to help you move on. It is not a strategy to get somebody back. You're setting yourself up for a bad time. That was workable? Nah, not because I'm streaming on YouTube as well. So like when the audio's that bad, it's not worth taking. I could have made out what he was saying, but like people on other platforms would have been like, what the hell is this? Yo. Yo. All right. I'm losing myself in my relationship. My girlfriend is being very supportive and I've become so insecure. Okay. What are you insecure about? What is making you insecure, especially considering your girlfriend is being very supportive? That should create the opposite effect, right? All right, let me try Buddy again. Hello.
Mr. Carney, how's it going?
Great, man. How are you?
Excellent. Just wanted to pick your brain on, I guess, a couple of different topics.
Yeah, what's going on?
I tried to connect with you earlier. I just wanted your take on online dating. So I'll give you a little context. I'm 35.
Okay.
I'm a police officer, so it's a little bit difficult to meet women just with the hours that I work. I find sometimes, so I'm up in Canada, so we're called constables here, not officers. But I find there's a stigma with women. As soon as they hear police officer, they think they're all bad or all pigs. There's something I value, obviously, in my job: empathy, one, accountability, integrity, and obviously emotional intelligence that you have to have with this job. I feel like right now I'm seeing this 44-year-old. I'm 35, like I said.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't have an issue with it. But what is your take on online dating with what considering my hours? Like I'm pretty active, but I feel like I'm coming across a lot of women that don't take this very seriously. My time management is very good. I believe that there's no one ever too busy. We all get the same amount of hours in the day. I work crazy hours. I have a full-time working shepherd as well, so that needs to be mentally and physically stimulated, plus me training myself. But I hear a lot of the excuses online. People are not taking this very seriously. So I just wanted your take and pick your brain on that.
When you said people aren't taking this very seriously, what is it that they're not taking seriously?
Yeah, I mean, like just responding at a reasonable, decent time, and like 2 days without communication is like a no bueno for me. Do you know what I mean? Like no one. It takes a few minutes to say, "Hey, listen, I've acknowledged your message. I'll respond at whatever this time." You know what I mean? I feel like I'm always chasing the game. I'll admit I do have a little bit of an anxious attachment. But at the same time, my time management or my priorities are never in conflict, which means if something is super important to you, you're going to make the time and effort for it.
Right. When women aren't texting you back that consistently, are these women you've been on a date with?
I mean, I'm trying to establish it, right? I try to establish it very quickly or early within a couple of days because I'm not looking for a pen pal. Like I establish it early, few messages back and forth, and say, like, for example, if she enjoys wine or food or sushi, whatever it is, hey, I know this great spot in town. I'd love to take you there, right? And I set a time, date, boom. And I'm try to bring that masculine energy going forward, as opposed to putting the ball in her court saying, hey, like I hear it a lot, like nowadays, what do you want to do? What time? Where do you want to go? Like women, you're outsourcing it to her, and women don't want that, right? They want that masculine energy to say, hey, I'm going to pick you up at this time, this date, this is where we're going. They want a game plan.
Okay. So after you send that message, what happens?
I mean, it's just like they either reciprocate it or they don't. Some really reciprocate it, some don't. It's really a mixed bag, right? I know I'm just touching on the comments here. There's no red pill with me. I don't believe in that stuff. I don't believe in that manosphere stuff. I know I listen to Gerard Williams too. He has a lot of great insight. And like I said, what I value is just accountability, obviously consistent communication as well. So like I feel like it's women say, like, if you were to go to a woman and say, like, would you rather meet a guy on a dating app or in real life? Most women are going to say real life. But then when you go and try to approach them, depending on how you project it, they don't kind of initiate or reciprocate the conversation.
Okay, so have you been on any dates from the dating app recently?
Oh yeah. Like this one I'm seeing now, she's great, right? Like it's reciprocative, it's back and forth. She likes when I take the lead, as most women do. But there's others that I'm talking to right now that just are chasing, and I feel like I'm chasing this game, and it's just like my brain goes to like, I ruminate a lot, to be honest, right? So what I do is like, okay, like when communication drops, my brain flags it as a potential threat to the connection, right? And then you have this reassurance loop, right? I feel uneasy. I reach out to clarify and get reassurance, and then I briefly like feel better, and then the cycle resets, and then there's that gap again. Do you know what I mean?
Okay. So, so the woman who you went on a date with recently, like you're still seeing her?
No, I mean, like, I'm testing the waters, right? Like, I'm just like, there was one a couple weeks ago where I felt the energy was off. Like, she was like, I went to this more loungy place, so it doesn't feel like an interview. It was like a little bit more intimate, but she was a little bit more cautious. But she respectfully just said, I think it's best to part ways, because I was like, hey, like, said the next day, if you want to do this again, I'd be open to. And basically, she didn't want to pursue it anymore. So I was like, fair enough, right?
Okay. So, a couple of things here. You have like a game issue. Yeah. So this is how I think about it, right? This is something I got from my coach. It's called the 3 pillars of attraction. It applies to everybody on this call. Okay. So there's 3 pillars: pre-selection, persona, personality. Okay. You can also call those marketing, sales, product. So marketing is a measurement of how attractive you are before you engage anybody. So you just walk into a room, how attractive are you, right?
Right.
Sales is a measurement of how attractive you are when you are engaging somebody. And then the product is how attractive you are once somebody sees the real you. Once you were like very vulnerable, right? You ideally want each one of those categories to be at like a 7 out of 10. They're a 7 out of 10, you're golden.
Right.
You're not gonna really have any problems. Yeah, you'll run into people who are just not emotionally available, but as far as being attractive, you have no issue there. You won't really hear people say things like, I wasn't really feeling it, typically. They go on a date with you, they're probably going a second or third date, okay? So there's a couple of, based on what you shared so far, there's a couple of tactical errors you're making as well as mindset issues, okay? So let's start with the mindset. The first one is you have an expectation from dating apps that does not match the environment. So the reason why I don't like dating apps is because I believe the worst people to date are people who are actively shopping.
Yeah, there's like it's like a buffet basically.
Mm-hmm. The environment that you date in matters. I had a woman on this live a while back. She was dating this guy and she was like, they had a great connection, right? But then she's actually considering being with him. And then her perfect type sent her a like on a dating app. And she cut the previous guy off and then started dealing with the new dude. And he's had her in a situationship for like a year.
Yeah.
This ain't even a man versus woman thing. It's just dating apps. You treat it like a catalog, right? You're just looking, it's like a menu. And you're going for what just looks the best, what seems like it'll taste good, right? So that's the first issue. You're expecting, what you're experiencing is the typical dating app experience and you're personalizing it.
Yeah.
You get an environment where it's like people are talking, they're guaranteed to be talking to 5+ people simultaneously. Yeah, you're going to miss some texts.
Yeah.
Absolutely. They're going to delay it 100%. It's a very competitive environment. And the women have a little bit of leverage there. People who are really winning on dating apps are like the real top tier men. The second winners on dating apps are like all the women. Because it's like there's so many men on dating apps. It's like a 3-to-1 ratio or some shit like that. Okay?
Yeah, I think there's way more women than men.
No, on dating apps is way more men than women.
Sorry, it's the other way around, yeah.
Right. From a societal perspective, there's more men than women. But on a dating app, there's way more men than women. So that's just not the ideal situation to be in. I typically only recommend dating apps for 2 type of guys. One, the guys who are very attractive, because it's like fish in a barrel situation. And then 2, guys who have no dating experience at all, because you can kind of get it quickly. You can learn fast, right? So your expectations don't match the environment. That's the first thing. Second problem is your system. What you are saying is true, but there's more variables to consider. I'll give you an example. When you were talking about converting to a date, there's a couple of things you're doing right. It's you're not waiting too long to ask them on a date. That's great.
Yeah.
and you seem to be guiding the interaction. That's great. You're guiding it a bit too much. You got to calibrate. So the system that I use and I teach guys is, I won't go too deep into it. You can get a coaching call if you want me to really unpack it. But essentially, when it's time to transition to a date, I have a sales background, right? So you do what is called a soft close. A soft close is essentially you throwing the general idea of the date out there. The general idea. You don't just jump to like, hey, let's go out this time Tuesday. Be there or be square. Wear something tight.
Yeah,
right?
you establish a base.
So you're just like, yo, we should probably sounds like we should grab drinks sometime soon. General idea. There's no pressure with that. It's a jab. It's a feeler. Right? You're trying to see how she responds to that. If she responds positively to that, then you segue to the hard close where you're actually sharing details, right? If she doesn't really respond to that, or she like dodges it and then keeps talking, that means that she probably has some degree of interest, but she doesn't have enough safety built up to even agree to it yet. Or she could just be someone looking for attention. One of the two. Okay? So you do a soft close. If she responds positively to that, then what I would do is ask for her availability.
Yeah.
It's another sales tactic. Like, salesmen don't want to ever hear the word no. This isn't a consent conversation, by the way. I know some weirdos in the chat probably want to take it there. But they don't ever want to have the prospect say the word no. Because then the conversation takes a negative turn. Once the prospect starts saying no, they are more likely to say no again. Is how it works, right? So you'll go to like a car dealership, and maybe it's like 75 degrees outside, sunny. They may say something to you like, "It's a nice day tonight, right? Nice day today." Because obviously it's a nice day, but they want to get you like saying yes, right? It's just a sales technique. So you want to know what her schedule is like, because you want to avoid picking a day where she's not available and then her being like, "I'm not free that day."
Yeah.
Now it's like, you kind of open the door to her like kind of rejecting you because she just rejected that first offer. There's a higher likelihood she's going to reject the next one. It's just a weird psychological thing. So you want to avoid the no by asking what her availability is like. She'll tell you what her availability is like, and you plan the date on the available day. And what I like to do is I don't even give hard details. When I was on dating apps years ago, I don't even tell them what the date is. Because the first goal of the dating app is to get her off the app. When you get her off the app, you occupy in her brain a different psychological categorization. When you're on the app, you're just a random guy on the app. When you get her number, you're now a guy who has personal access to her. So now you are like above the other guys who are in the app, psychologically speaking. Okay? So I typically soft close. What's your availability like? Okay, bet. Let's lock in details. Shoot me your number. So it's like I'm going to tell you the details once you give me your number. You give me your number, then we'll talk about the details of the date.
Right. And I think that's why I try to establish it early, to try to get it off. But at the same time, like I said, your priorities are never in conflict. So if you tell me a day that you're not available, let's say I suggest Saturday, right? Oh, I'm not available Saturday, but such and such can work. You follow up with an actual other if you're interested, right? So
that's the thing though, brother. I agree with you. This is the biggest thing I have with a lot of guys right now. They don't understand that you have no value yet to this woman.
Right.
Interest can grow or it can decline. Her experience of you is what determines if it grows or declines. Yeah. Her matching with you on a dating app, she has 100 matches. You're not special, right?
Yeah.
So this isn't the time to judge how interested she is.
Yeah, like I'm just another meal on the buffet table,
right,
basically. Right,
but then she meets you on a date, and it's like, oh, he has a nice laugh. Oh, he has a really good character. Oh, he's funny. He's charming. Now interest is growing. Now after that first date, I always say you can really determine the interest after the first date.
Oh yeah, I can determine it, Carney, in the first couple of minutes. Like with my job too, right? I have to be able to
navigate through a lot of different personalities.
Right.
I have to be able to have different communication styles as well. I have to bring empathy. I have to bring accountability. I have to bring integrity. All these things that are lost nowadays on these dating apps. And for me, like, I value deep, meaningful conversations. Maybe that's because of my line of work, right? But I know that's not for everybody. You know, I want to hear, some people don't want to hear about trials and tribulations in the first date. Some people don't want to hear adversity in the first date. This is not an interview. I'm not going to ask you what your favorite color is or what you want to, like, what you like to do on your days off, right? I want to keep the person awake. So I'll ask these questions that make them think and pause and go, huh, let me like sit on that for a bit.
Nah, that's the wrong move.
You think so?
Yeah, because, okay, there's two things you want to accomplish on the first date, right? Not that you're trying to make something happen, but just when the first date goes well, this is how it goes well. There's two things that are accomplished. One, the woman feels seen and understood. That gives her safety. Second thing is you want her to feel something in her body. When you make a woman laugh, she feels something in her body. When you're playfully teasing her, she feels something in her body. When you have displays of confidence, she feels something in her body. You're asking deep, meaningful questions. That's great. But without the other ingredients, it's now a bland dish. What you're effectively doing is putting all her awareness in her head. Attraction is in your body, though.
Yeah.
So when you make her feel something, you're stimulating attraction. You're asking deep questions. She's in her head now. And that prevents her from feeling a spark, which is somatic.
Yeah.
It's in the body. So that's not to say you can't ask any deep, meaningful questions. I just had a call with a client today. He couldn't make it past the first date. And I was like, what are you talking about? He was like, well, I just ask questions. I'm like, stop asking questions. It's boring. It's boring. Women like to feel things. That's how the feminine works in general. It likes to feel. You ever notice on a dating app why women are always like on vacation? They're like, all they have like is pictures on flights and like flying places and all this kind of shit. Right?
Yeah.
Cause they like to feel. I would propose that like women are more sensitive to boredom than men are. They hate that shit. That's why it's the worst thing to do to a woman is to bore her. They would, like, generally speaking, if you're a toxic guy, you have a better chance with keeping a woman than if you're boring. They despise that shit because like at least toxicity feels alive, right? So
yeah, I mean, it's just I'm touching base. I'm just blistering through the comments here, and I think people don't understand, brother, that the line of work that, I mean, I hate to bring up the job point, but like regardless if you hate constables or not, if someone's breaking into your house, I'm going to be there, regardless if you like me or not.
okay,
right?
ignore the
There's
comments.
a couple of bad apples, right? Like,
Listen. Ignore the comments, brother. If you want to be a police officer, who gives a fuck? That's the decision that you made. It's important to you. That's fine. We're not here to debate that. Okay, we're not here to debate that. You don't, and also don't feel the need to defend yourself. When you talk about masculinity, right? It's like the real masculine position is to be okay with being misunderstood. Who gives a fuck? I don't care. You know what I mean? Don't ever feel the need you gotta explain yourself to nobody. You decided to do it. If you don't like it, fuck you. It was my decision, right?
Yeah, no,
so
I think there's just a deeper meaning. There's just a deeper meaning as opposed to helping people.
I got you. I can see how that would be annoying, right? But it's like, don't ever feel like you gotta feel the need to. It's more attractive to take the positioning that I just said. Like, I don't care.
That's what I'll say.
What
Like in
think.
the beginning too, right? I'll be like, because I know some women are not for it, right? But at the same time, I'll just say like, hey, this is what I do. If you're okay with it, great. If not, because I don't want to invest all that time and then find out that, I'm in a constable, right?
Right.
So,
right. It's okay.
There's
So,
that.
but yeah, back to the point though. You don't want to be boring. Deep meaningful is boring. Deep meaningful is attractive after you've been fun.
Right.
If you had made her feel something, and then you transition to deep meaningful, now you appear to be dynamic. A man who's capable of making me have a good time and make me think. Okay, now that's attractive. But if all you're doing is making them think, and you're Stephen Hawking, you might as well be in the wheelchair and talking with like a animated voice. You know what I mean? It's just boring.
Yeah.
So it's like that's the main switch you're gonna have to make. It's your way of understanding masculinity is like very stoic, and that is part of it, but it's not all of it.
Yeah, and that's what I wanted to touch on too, right? Like this 44-year-old, I was, telling her that we all bring, like, she makes a lot more money than me, but we all bring something different to the table, right? So whether it be me doing chores around the house or just doing little other things that I think that, a provider in different ways as opposed to like career-wise and money-wise, right? For example, I think that she really appreciates too. I find this is lost nowadays, the first date that we went on, I sent an Uber to her place because I knew she didn't like driving downtown. It's intimidating. It's confusing sometimes. It's, it gives them anxiety. So I did that, right? Or whether it be driving her back home and asking her if she's like comfortable. Just like little things like that, I think that are lost. I think that older women really appreciate. But again, it's going well, so I can't complain. But it was just that issue before that I wanted to pick your brain on.
Yeah, but even with that, I think that's the incorrect conclusion. Sometimes older women appreciate that because like they're on the clock a little bit.
Yeah.
They're at the phase where it's time to make certain concessions. So
right.
Like if you call a younger woman beautiful, it doesn't even register because she hears it all the time.
Yeah.
You call an older woman beautiful, depending on which older woman you're talking about. Not like one where it's like they look like young or look really good for their age, but like they look their, you know what I'm talking about. They look their age. You call her beautiful. In her 20s, she wouldn't give a fuck. In her 50s, she probably like, thank you, because it's like now it's rare again, right? So here's what I would prescribe for you, brother. Everything I just said before, but also I think you have to have a sort of training wheels to get women in their bodies. Here's how you can do it. You choose a venue that is fun.
Yeah.
So you work on this yourself, but just to help you get over that hump, choose fun venues, not conversational focused venues. No dinner, no coffee, nothing like that. You get good at it if you can go to like a coffee shop and still have a fun time there. Yeah. But you're not there yet. So I would be like mini golf, Top Golf,
an activity,
barcade, something like that. So the environment itself will serve the function of getting them in their bodies a bit. And you'll loosen up a bit as well. Because those environments, they don't really lend themselves to like having like very deep, meaningful conversation. Not saying you can't have those, but that environment isn't for that. So it will force you to kind of like get in your body and out of your head as well, and kind of like go with the flow and loosen up. Because I know your job probably makes it harder to loosen up.
Of course.
Because you got to be kind of like serious because it's so serious of a profession.
It's change of pace, as you know. It's different every day. Mm-hmm. Right, so
that'll help you. So do the whole text message thing if you're going to keep using dating apps the way I described, and then change your dating venue, and then come back and tell me how it went, and we'll course correct from there. All right.
All right, appreciate it, dude. Thanks, eh?
No problem, brother. You take care.
All right, take care.
Mm-hmm. All right. Who else we got? Got Deborah on the mic. Deborah. I thought those were discontinued. I know they still made Deborahs. Thought those were like Scooby-Doo gummies. Like it was a remnant of our childhood, and it's like they're gone now. All right, let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Yo,
Hey,
hey, how you doing?
good. How about you?
Good, I'm good. What can I do for you?
I was wondering, 26 years old, and my goal is to get married one day. And what would your advice be for somebody who's 26 that is trying to settle life later on? Like, what should she look out for in a man? What are the red flags that is common but women don't tend to see?
Whoa, that's
No.
way too open ended of a question, love. Let's start with this. How are you dating right now? Are you dating
I'm
anybody?
single. No.
You're single. Are you trying to date?
Um, I haven't really been looking, but at the same time, nobody has approached.
No one's approached you.
No, but then maybe it's because I just go to work, go to school, and when I I tend to hang out in groups. I don't hang out by myself.
When you're hanging
I
out,
to go out.
when you're hanging out in groups, what are you doing?
Talking to my girlfriends, I'm dealing with them, talking to them, just trying to be with them as much as I can.
You said going out to eat.
Yeah, going out to eat, going out to, to movies and events, go to the park, a little picnic, stuff.
Right, right. Okay. So that's the first problem. So dating problems are really just social problems. People think they have a dating problem. Most of the time, when it comes to like they're not meeting people, it's because they don't have a social life. People who have active and vibrant social lives tend to stumble upon dating opportunities. So that's the first problem is you're not living a lifestyle that would even allow you to meet somebody organically.
And what are the places that, because I'm not a clubby type of girl, I'm like
Uh-huh.
very down to earth. Say, what are the places that you will go to meet somebody? Like, not the club, not somewhere where it's like too many people, like somewhere that's chill, like it's a good environment.
Yeah, so
Where would you go?
okay, so there's two ways to meet people, right? There's dynamic environments and there's static environments. So dynamic environments are environments where every time you go, you see different people. Everything you just listed was a dynamic environment. Bars, clubs, yada, yada, yada. Those aren't ideal. Those are not ideal. Static environments are more ideal, right? Static environments are the complete opposite. Those are environments where every time you go, you see the same person or the same people over and over and over again. So when you see the same people over and over and over again, you benefit from something called the mere exposure effect, meaning the more times you interact with the person, the higher the likelihood is you may develop some sort of liking toward them and them toward you. Okay? That's why it was easier to meet people when you're in school, like high school and college, and why so many people tend to fall for their coworkers because they just see those people all the time. So you want to kind of create that type of environment for yourself. So the environments you choose to go to, ideally, would be environments where you genuinely want to be there. So for example, if you go to the gym at the same time every day, that's now a static environment because you sync up with everybody else's schedules and you get to see the same people who go to the gym at 2 p.m. every day just like you do. If you join a club or engage in a hobby, for example, there was a woman in this live who was really into nature, so she joined a hiking club and she's been meeting people through that. Because when you put yourself in these static environments, it's not just that you will potentially meet a romantic partner, but you can also make friends. And every platonic connection you make can potentially lead you to a romantic connection. Right? So you want to put yourself in environments where you see the same people over and over and over again. Now, when you put yourself in those environments, The goal is not to like look for a man or try to find a husband. That's the wrong mentality. The goal should just be to have a good time, enjoy yourself, spread positive vibes, and connect with people.
And then when you do meet the man, you feel like it's ideally a good person to either marry or be in a relationship. What are the red flags that most women, as I said earlier, don't tend to see, but later on it's like something that can destroy
No,
their marriage or something?
here's the problem is not noticing the red flags. The problem is ignoring them. People notice red flags. They see them. They just ignore them. So just don't ignore them.
Okay, and I have another question because this is something that is such a big deal in my generation. It's like people are very sexually active. Some people are either abstinent or celibate or something like that.
Right.
And if you're a woman that is like, okay, I don't want to be sexually active until I'm married, do you think most men are willing to be patient with you, to be like, okay, I will wait until marriage you, or do you think they would either cheat on you and stay with you, or they would just not be with you?
Okay.
And should you make
So
it?
really
I
quick.
have one more-
So the problem I'm seeing here, you're doing a lot of thinking and it's not enough doing. So you're thinking too far into it and you haven't made the first step yet. You're not going to come up with a perfect plan that's going to allow you to avoid situations that don't work out in your favor. There's nothing I or anyone on the planet that can tell you that's going to put you in a position to where like the next man you talk to is someone that will wait for marriage and then you have a beautiful connection with. That's not how it works. You have to just like take this step by step and you got to just apply the things that I'm saying. Right? You just have to go out there and be more social and talk to people and meet people. And like I said, don't ignore red flags. To your point, most men will not wait for marriage. So if that's something that's important to you, that's a good thing. But put yourself in environments that increases the odds that you'll run into men like that. So like if you're abstaining for religious reasons, okay, well then put yourself in religious communities. Maybe join a volunteer organization that matches whatever your religious belief is. That increases the odds the men in that environment will likely be on the same page. But this is going to be an iterative process. You're not just going to do this perfectly.
I definitely understand that, but it's just like a concern. And as you said, maybe I need to be in an environment where it's like a religious reason to be around people or around men who are religious.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just like, as I said, I have not been looking.
Right.
At the same time, it's like when I put myself out there, people tend to tell me I have this, I don't know, like this face where I don't seem so inviting.
Okay.
And to me, I don't think I do that purposefully. I just be like, but when people talk to me, they're like, oh, you're actually very nice or something.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, I don't know if it's like I'm scaring people away because how I, like when I look, people be like, okay, she seems very intimidating.
Right.
Or is it like, okay, and then once they know that, oh, okay, you're cool, you're nice, like you're actually not a problem. I'd be like, am I giving this vibe where I'm like, I'm so mean?
I don't think it's mean. You probably are more introverted and you come across as standoffish. But then if somebody talks to you, they're like, oh, you're cool.
Do you think that's the reason why people are not approaching me?
It's possible. So that's why I say to put yourself in an environment that is something that you enjoy doing. And for you to not focus on like trying to find a man, but just enjoying yourself and allowing that to happen. Because if you're genuinely enjoying yourself, you're not going to look standoffish. But you'll look standoffish if you're looking at your phone. You'll look standoffish if you're just watching people. You won't look standoffish if you're actually engaging people. That's why I say this is ultimately a social problem. And in your generation, the ability to socialize is kind of going extinct. So it's going to require you to get outside of your comfort zone.
I think I do get out of my comfort zone. Try to with my friend. As I said, I don't seek to date. It's just like I want it to be natural. I want it to be like not a pick me or like to go out there and be like, I need a man, I need to find a man. Like that's
Right.
not my purpose.
Right.
At the same time, it's like, okay, because when you're single for so long, you're like, okay, is this something that I'm doing that is wrong? Or is it like a thing? Like what's on? But at the same time, it's like not something you're trying to force. It's something that's supposed to be natural. But it's like, I was just like,
Yeah, but your lifestyle is what's making it not natural.
got it.
Right? We used to take a community approach to dating, and now we don't have any. Well, we have third spaces, but like people don't find themselves in third spaces as often anymore. So all the advice I've given you is like you creating your own third space or finding one, and then just being a regular in that environment, and then engaging people. You do that, then those things naturally occur. Okay?
I have a few people that try to put me in dates. Do you think, and I always tend to be kind of like, I think that's a good idea. Do you think I should try blind dates, or is it something like to be careful?
No, I think you're overthinking things. You're not getting any date. You don't have any dating experience right now. So yes, go on a blind date or two. You don't have to keep doing it, but at least like get your feet wet a little bit. Actually have the experience of trying to connect with somebody. See if you like it. But that likely is not going to be where you find the person who's for you. So I would advise for you to do the static environment approach in concert with the blind dates if you want. But you have to stop the overthinking. You're analyzing too much. You have to just do. It's almost like you're assuming you can have the perfect path. There is one. There is not one. There is no perfect path.
No, there's none because nobody's perfect, of course. But at the same time, it's like I just want somebody who's the same alignment and the same lifestyle as me, and like that's kind of like hard to find in a sense, like the same ideal and goals. But it's just like I haven't met any of them yet.
Right.
And I tend to like cut people off too early. Like I'm the type of like you make one mistake, I'm automatically like out of the way. And maybe that's not helping with me with my dating.
Right. Yeah, that's not helping you at all.
Thank you so much.
All right, love. You take care.
You too.
I feel like the last two calls were like the same energy and like different genders a little bit. Very stifled energy. You can always tell when people like have too much energy in their head. It doesn't flow. You know? That's why you don't want to be so cerebral about this shit. You gotta get in your body. You gotta get in the present moment. You have to say yes to life and be okay with making mistakes. Not be a perfectionist with this. That's going to stifle your energy and hold you back. It's hard to teach though, man. Like that's a hard thing to teach. Gotta move your hands and body. If not, your mind will be the one running laps. Right. Like even down to like the tonality. You know what I mean? There was no like variation in their tone. It's like very flat. I mean, no offense by this, of course, but that is something to work on. Do you think you should date people you aren't attracted to? I'm not. You do what you want to do. I will not be doing it. Absolutely not. Hold on 1 second, Nish. Hold on 1 second, Nish. I will tell you that story. I did that once. I did that one time. I went out with this woman, was not attracted to her at all. Was not a looker. Was not a looker. I knew it too. It was in a dry season. So I said, what the hell? Went out with her to a bar. A younger lady comes up to us and she was like, y'all are a cute couple, right? And the woman I was with was like, thank you. And I was like, she's making fun of us. Oh, she's being sarcastic. Let's get out of here. It was like a pretty like young 22-year-old girl came up and said, like, y'all are a cute couple. She was really saying, y'all mismatched. What the hell you got going on? And I said, oh, my reputation is ruined. I had to get the fuck up out of there. Check. I had to get the fuck up out of there. I said, never again. I would never do this again. So I say all that to say, no. Do not date people you're not attracted to. Never do that. Or else you'll be in a situation like I was in. I haven't been back to that venue since, by the way. I'm not going back there. I treat that shit like the where the hyenas were in Lion King. That's not my land, baby. I can't do it. Can't show face. Don't want to see the hyenas. All right. Apologies. Is it niche or niche?
Yeah, it's Nisha.
Nisha. Yes, I can hear you. How you doing, love?
Okay, perfect. So I hope everybody's having a lovely night or morning wherever they are. So my issue, I'll just get cut straight to the point. My issue is that I'm keeping on finding people with no depth. It's not that they don't have any. I won't insult them. It's not that they don't have any, but we're not getting there in enough time for me to want to stick around and find out if it's more.
Okay.
Like after a couple weeks, and I'm not looking for butterflies or stuff like that, because that stuff, if you understand the chemistry and the hormones behind it, like it's a cute fleeting moment, but I still don't know you like that. I know you look cute smiling in my face, but in 2 days, it's not enough. So, it's just, like, it's not enough. Like, if only thing, I tell myself even now, I'm not so rigid, but if you get to a point where the only thing I like about you is we giggling, like, it's just not enough. Like, I don't know what's really on your mind. I can't pick a gift for you, things like that. Like, I don't know you well.
Right.
So, and the reason I'm bringing it up, a couple days ago, I was like, when's the last time I even liked somebody? It was like 3 years ago now. I actually liked him as a person. We don't talk anymore, and I still can't say anything bad about the guy.
Right.
So what do you have to say for people like me? Because I'm getting to the point where I'm just talking to people, because I done got bored. Like you said, you was like, hey, it was a dry season. I done got bored. I have some romantic energy to spend. So I'm spending more time in places where I don't feel it yet, but I'm just trying to give it a chance. Right, just trying to give it a chance, maybe through a couple more conversations. Maybe this date, I don't want to end it at dinner and a walk down the street. I'm just like, I want to go. Like, I'm like, give it a chance before I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'll go home. Kind of bored. I'm the funny one here, so we ain't laughing unless I'm making jokes and stuff like that. So, like, am I missing something? Do I sound jaded? And as far as meeting people, I only talk to people that find me attractive, and vice versa. Okay. So it's not like I'm missing the mark on finding people, right? I'm in the spaces where I'm their type, so it's not like they're not coming up to me. But I don't know. I feel like I'm constantly getting that representative. Like they're constantly in audition mode. And when we talk about the things we like, I like nature, kayaking, and just having a good time. Right? They'll hear all of that, and I'm like, oh, this lady that likes nature, gardening, kayaking, roller skating. They're like, oh my God, I have a beautiful time planned for us. We going to dinner. Oh my God, I'm bored out. I don't remember not one single dinner date ever, except the one I mentioned from a couple years ago. We ended up gazing at the stars at the kids' park until like 3 a.m. in a safe area, of course. So for a person like that, like me, that would love to end a date at a playground, literally playing, or on roller skates or something like that, how in the world now do I get out of the people that are very much happy and excited for that dinner date and drinks? No hobby, no nothing. I'm like, where they at?
When you say depth, what do you mean?
I feel like the conversations have never passed what we like or dislike as far as the romantic conversation goes. Like it's feel like it's plateauing there, and I know I'm capable of more because my close friendships have that. People I've met in the past, like they few and far in between, but they exist, right? If I take care of my spirit and soul and things. So if I've heard a good message at church, I'm all about sharing it. Let's talk about it. But I'll keep on finding people that, once again, that the depth of their conversation is going, I went to work, gym, I called my mama, and I watched the game. That's it. So whether they have the hobby, I'm like, okay, maybe you don't have a crazy hobby that you're active in, but maybe you like to read. What did you read? And they're like, oh, it's just a good book. I like the story. You didn't make no connections. You don't like the author. You didn't dig deep into the genre. How it make you feel. Feel something. Feel alive. And I'm like, are people just running off the script? Like, let's go off script. So I'm not finding those people.
Where are you sourcing men from?
Some come online through social media, and I've been more active on social media because I got bored. I had more time on my hands. So people some are coming through there. So it's not like they don't see me doing my regular activities. A good chunk may walk up to me in person, but the people that seem to be more forward on like getting to the date are the people that come through like a dating app online. And I'm like, okay, I never pick a plain profile where people don't have interest to give me some life behind their eyes, but it seems like all that go out the window. I guess I'll say on the first date. I do take not great pictures, but they think I'm beautiful in person, right? When somebody thinks you're attractive. So, like we get there, it's like the eyes glaze over, and all I hear is we can be in the middle of having a conversation about some poems we wrote, and they were just like, oh, you just look so pretty when you talk about your poetry. Like, gone. It's like head gone. Like, I can't hear nothing else after that. I just can't do it. So
you're meeting men on social media and dating apps.
Dating apps, and of course in person, right?
Where are
in person can go either way. In person, anybody might walk up to you, but
right.
In person as well. I'm open to in person, obviously.
Where are you? Okay, so where are most of them being sourced from?
The most that get to the date is, I'll say, a dating app. Most recently, I'll say in the last year, most have come from a dating app.
Okay.
At this point, I think the people getting on there because they're bored and they want somebody to talk to between 8:30 and 11 p.m.
Gotcha. Okay. And when you're on the dating app, you said that their profile communicates that they have depth from your perspective?
Yeah, I intentionally look for people that live life. Like, I'm truly in love with living life, where I done had my come to Jesus moment and things, and life is just rainbow and sunshine. So I look for people that do have hobbies, or at least mention having them. People that either at least start out with a picture with something that they do. And if it's not outside the house, because I do enjoy outdoor activities, like maybe they play instruments. Like I don't play instruments extremely well outside of some drums, but I grab some that I like to have in the house to have with me, right? Just to practice in my down and free time.
Okay,
So,
it sounds like you're describing the experience where like you're not being intellectually stimulated.
Exactly.
But how are you connecting? How are you connecting being intellectually stimulated with them having a hobby? Two different things.
Well, we at least gotta have some fun. Like, we gotta have the stimulation and at least have fun as well. Like, of course I know like a dinner date is very common.
But you're ruling them out off of the date. You're not even making it to the fun thing. Because your process, it seems like, is you need to be intellectually stimulated first, and then that can open the door to us engaging whatever your hobby is. But if they're not intellectually stimulating, you're not even going to be interested enough to continue seeing them to make it to the hobby.
I do give it a chance, right? I at least give the first date, because everybody's not a big phone talker. I at least give a couple more conversations. Depending on how our schedules align, I don't trip if we don't get to the date soon, or we had to space it out, whatever life may throw at us. If I at least like you, I'll give it a chance, and I'm not, I don't have like a timeline. Somebody told me I date like it's 1975. Their words, not mine. To where it's okay if we don't have our first super flirty romantic conversation on the first phone call, because it's a stranger that I met online. It's going to be maybe a little awkward sometimes. But if the conversation flow and we get to the date later or whatever, I'm fine with that. I'm very flexible about like, okay, how we do things. Whatever their idea is, I'm assuming it's something that they like, and we can also do what I like, or even if it's just a dinner and a conversation. You know what I mean? So, but I keep feeling like I'm the not just more lively as far as like personality and bubbliness goes, but like life, like I'm living, like I live life. I'm not rich. I don't travel the world and spend all the money all over the place, but you know, if I got a free Saturday morning, I'm definitely gonna call the person I've been talking to and like, hey, I got a free morning. There's the lake. I'm a veteran and I get in free. Let's go do a thing. You know, like that's more the energy I'm coming in with. So, you know, so I'm like, is it a person that I would at least be happy with? Are they too low? Do they match, you know, the intellectual things? Because I'm 32. I'm looking for the person that's going to be there for me when I got to bury my parents. You know what I mean? I'm not just trying to just go and have fun, but I would like to have a good companion.
Okay.
Like someone that we match well for.
How long have you been single?
Honestly, the last time I had a boyfriend was 2024. Yeah, that's the last time I've been. Yeah.
How
So
long?
I'll say 2 years.
How long
Yeah,
was
so
that?
2 years officially single. There's a couple get to know you faces in there, but they don't count. So
Right.
single, last relationship 2024.
How long was that relationship?
Very short. Very short. It came in with great energy, but I'll say it went from like 2023, 25, 6, 7 months.
Okay. Why did it end?
He unfortunately had alcohol and mental health issues wrapped up in one. He did not say it at first. I noticed some signs, like the type of work I do make it easy for me to recognize, but I thought I was being dramatic and getting picky. I thought when my emotions got involved, I thought maybe I was trying to find something wrong, but I was not wrong.
Okay.
Like I went in the
And
bathroom.
how?
I saw the signs. I went in the bathroom. Saw 3 bottles of tequila, 3 empty bottles of tequila, and some antidepressants all in the sink. I said, I got to go.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
How long was your longest relationship?
The longest one, 5 going on 6 years. We were married for 1, but we were younger. I'll give us that. So like from about 21 to the year we turned 25, but we were friends for 2 years before that. So we knew each other from 19-ish, same friend group, but ended up only married for a year.
And
He started cheating. Yeah, he was cheating. We were like 23. He started 23, 24. He started cheating, but I just left. We weren't madly in love. It was definitely more like comfort with a friend and like marry the friend type of thing.
Okay. So you left when you started cheating.
Yeah, like without love being a thing there, like without heavy romantic love and more than friendship to stay there, it just wasn't enough reason to stay. Especially being so young, the baby was young. Like it's just no, like it's not like we were 15 years in with a house, a kid, in the car.
Gotcha. How long were you single after you got divorced?
A couple years. I did the whole therapy, find yourself thing. I was still a young mom and whatnot, so I stayed single intentionally. Met some nice people. They liked me as a person, not just as a lady they wanted to date. We weren't playing the dating game, but I just knew it wasn't the right time for me, so I focused on myself.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
So
The only time I found myself in a relationship since then is when I decided to just say, F it, and just move fast. I prefer to go slow, but the person seemed right. And I was like, you know what? If you swipe and now you love me in 3 weeks, that sounds scary, it sounds crazy, but we had a conversation that sometimes it was just like maybe love the feeling and we can slow down on the action until the time lines up.
Okay.
So we went with it and
Hold
just
on,
decided to be exclusive.
Hold on. Was that the same person that had like the alcoholism?
No.
Okay.
Once I'm be honest, one of them scared me half to death, and I had recently finished therapy. She was like, "Hey, you're solid, you're good, ain't nothing wrong with you. You just had too much stress, being freshly divorced, single, young mom, blah blah blah. So like, you're fine. I gave you the outlets to handle your stress and you're good. But I think that was someone from like 2022, rolling into 2023. But we ended up going long distance. He was really nice, but what he moved back to the state his child lived in, and I couldn't be mad at that because mine had also just recently been long distance. So I can't be mad, but distance kind of messed that up. It was too soon. It was like maybe 2.5, 3 months in. It was too soon for that distance to work out. No hard feelings. We're very cool. Yeah, like we're cool now. It's some time later, but really cool people. We can hang out, no issues, just as friends. But there's no underlying romance there.
Did any of the people who you were in relationship with in the past, your ex-husband included, meet the standard that you said that you are unable to find currently?
There was one person that I knew for a very short time, for 1 month. We were really much on the same wave, heart, mind, body, and soul, a lot of good stuff. Where dates last long, end up gazing at the stars and playfulness and hobbies, and all the things that kind of lined up with the outside of him matched up on the inside. And the only thing went wrong with that was just one wrong text. I was texting my friend. He was traveling, not romantic, by the way. There was nothing romantic. My friend was traveling internationally for work. I asked like, oh, what's your favorite place that you've been to? That sounds so cool. And I accidentally sent it to the guy because they both texted me at the same time. Hit the wrong name. It looked like I was flirting with someone else. He cut me off immediately. I never heard from that man again. And it was going extremely well. Like it was exactly.
How long was you dating?
Not even long. It was like maybe a month in.
And you
but
saw
everything lined up.
You saw him how many times?
Every few days throughout that month. Every couple of days, so more than once a week.
So how did he offer depth?
Conversation, opening up like himself, family, life, how his mind works, religion and spirituality, some patterns of
I got you.
how he's born as a
I got
person.
you.
Yeah, like
I
just
got
like the
yeah,
real
you
person.
just
Like,
you don't have you have a positioning problem. So like you're dating people off dating apps and social media, and you're wasting your time effectively. You just need to find where the people with depth go and then go there.
So when I go to those places, right, especially if I go with, let's say, a friend or a family member, right, they'll be the one to tell me, like, oh, hey, guy over there is looking at you. I'm not afraid to say something first. Like they may let me know that they find me attractive and are interested in things I'm talking about. And then like maybe a week's time later, I know a week ain't long enough, but it just kind of, the interest just disappears. Like they end up going from the person I met at the place that had all these bright ideas and all the things. And it's like I start getting a representative. Like I start seeing a real person first, like in real time. And then I get the representative. Like they getting to know me and the things I really like to do. And they're like, oh, I just want you to be so happy today. Let's, do dinner, find you a nice dress and some heels and da-da-da-da. And I'm just like, after everything we talked about and did, we really could have went to the plant store. Like, I like something that would actually make me happy. So, I don't know, a part of me, if we can get deeper, it starts to feel like, who am I talking to? Like, I feel kind of unseen. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like I'm not being seen here, like, as a whole person.
How many times has this happened in that way where it's like you meet someone in that environment?
In the last year, I'll say 3. I'll say 3. A lot of flim-flam in between. Not a lot, but, a little flim-flam in between to where it's like a couple conversations go nowhere. The people that I meet that way, very, it's like they all switch over.
I gotta be honest with you, love. I gotta be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be totally honest with you. You're probably born to the person that you're looking for.
I'm probably born to them.
Yes. This conversation we're having is like I'm about to fall asleep. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's because you're kind of everywhere, when you're talking, and it's not like engaging. So it's like, to a person that you're looking for, they're probably describing you the same way you're describing the people that you're not interested
Hmm. I never thought of it that way.
in.
I wasn't trying to be entertaining. I was trying to squeeze in a whole lot of information in a small bit of time.
I get
So
it.
I do see how I came off from everywhere. I've talked about stuff from the last 8 years trying to squeeze it in. So I do get that.
I get it.
Just pick one.
I get it. But yeah, you want to kind of like, even with the energy, like the tone, it's like, you know, a little bit more variance with the voice. Like, it's kind of speak with more energy. Fine. Like, it's kind of like, it's just, the best way I can describe it is like very low energy. It's very low, and it's the same thing. Every caller tonight has been the same problem. It's just low energy. So you got to bring up a bit of that. Like, if you tell me, like, I always tell people, if you have an experience that has been, when it becomes a pattern, and a pattern would be like, if you had the experience at least 3 times, you're co-creating that experience. So that means there's some way you're contributing to that dynamic. So if you're telling me that you met some people who seemed to be somewhat interested when you first met them, and it was an intellectually stimulating environment, and then they lost interest, and that was before y'all even really connected, they just lost interest, literally. They literally lost interest. So
Can I ask a
you
question?
should still put yourself in those environments, though, because that's going to be ultimately how you solve this problem. Is you're wasting your time on dating apps and social media, though. You're effectively wasting your time there. So the bulk of your dating experience should be either you put yourself in those environments, or you really get super clear on what signs from a dating app or social media would strongly indicate this person has that type of depth that you're looking for. And that's not going to be they juggle on the weekends. It's going to be, if they're on TikTok or something like that, they're literally making intellectually stimulating videos. If you don't see that, don't even try it. Because a hobby does not mean intellectual stimulation. Playing a saxophone does not mean, that just means they play the saxophone. So unless you're going to go see them on jazz night, I would ignore them, because that's the wrong signal to look for. You want to see the person maybe making the video, then in the background you know there's just hella books behind them. That person's probably intellectually stimulating. If they're playing the saxophone in front of a bookcase, all right, I'm with you. That person's probably intellectually stimulating. But you're connecting things to depth that don't really represent depth.
Okay. So that all makes sense. And of course, I apply what makes sense. And then if I said something that made you get like a certain impression and don't apply, I'll either clear it up or whatever. So one thing that I have noticed that I do want your input on is like, I don't always think it's a loss of interest, because sometimes we may talk about a thing. The one thing that they all have in common, I will say this, and how can I put it? Short version, they said I was selfish with my time.
Okay.
Specifically with my time, and how I may not be, how can I put it, that I don't do the early lovebird thing so early. That's what I mean by somebody telling me I did like it was 1975, that I'm like I really do move slow and take my time. So I'm not, like they told me, I'm not like jumping on the chemistry and riding the things that we have in common intellectually and activity wise with the romantic side, because I mean it's not sex, it's not that I'm not flirting, of course that's all there, but it just don't feel tangible. So I have all those things, I do all those things when I get involved, but I'm not the person that's gonna be telling you, oh my god, I love you so much, and one day I'm definitely giving the compliments, I'm doing all the things, right? But big old flirt, but that's not the majority of my time. And somebody that I was seeing that turned into a friend, they let me know that was their own words. This one person, I'll say specifically one, He was like, it seemed like I wasn't interested in them romantically. They seemed like I just wanted to go have fun and not do the whole cuddled up, be laid up under you in your skin thing. They said they were kind of looking for that. But I mean, this was like a month ago. But at the same time, the summer season just hit. Like, you gotta catch me outside. Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, that was what they told me. They told me a whole long list of things they liked about me as a person. It wasn't my favorite things about myself, but long list of things they liked about me as a person. But they said that's what I was missing. Like, I finally went over to their place. We spent time together. We did have sex at one point, and I'm just like, he asked me, like, oh, so when am I going, like, when you come back, I'm going to do this again, da, 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 da. And I had a hard time lying and saying it was going to be soon. I think he was expecting me to say, oh, I can't wait to get back over here. He put that kind of in his words. But he was like, I can't wait to get back. I want to see some more of you. I told the truth. I don't know when the next time I'm going to be free. Like, I just told the truth. I didn't take that opportunity to jump back in his skin. And that's something he said he was looking for. But that kind of made me draw back even more, because I'm like, I'm so much more than trying to be up under you. You know what I mean?
I got you. I understand, but that was the only guy that told you that, right?
That's the one that told me directly. That's the one that told me that directly. But I do see how it's possible. The ex that I'm friends with, he was like, yeah, you were kind of being selfish at the time. Like, you said you were about to go to read your book, but I hadn't talked to you all day long. And other than some text, he was really looking forward. He said, like, you know, this was a couple years ago. He was like, he was really looking forward to his cake time, because we were long distance, and he was like, I'm looking forward to this cake time. However, you know, I also needed my quiet time. Like, every night can't be cake time. You know what I mean? That happened to that 7-month relationship I was in. I was looking at the phone time, and he'd been cake time on the phone was going for like 35 minutes straight. We are committed at this point. You know, it's exclusive, all that good stuff. Very much would introduce him as my man. And I was just tired of it. You know, like, and it was on the phone too. I'm like, man, you know, like, can we do something else? Can we talk about something else? Like, it ran its course. So, especially the guy that I did have sex with, like, we did all that all night long, and it's rolling over into the morning. So I think I'm, like, not a problem with them. Like, I think I'm missing the wave where it start getting more cutesy, in addition to the other things we have in common that would make us compatible, right? So I'm like, am I like missing the mark where I'm like, it's time to jump on it? Like, I had to ask myself a question, like, am I missing the jump on it mark, where it go from friendly to lovers? You know what I mean?
Yeah, there will be more to unpack on this, love, but that's like, my sniff test is what I told you. In addition to that, you might need to have a bit more finesse. Like, women have game too, right? So, you know, women who really have a good game is always SMETS workers. That's not to say be a SMETS worker, but it is to say that they're really good at understanding male psychology.
I did that before.
Okay. So they're really good at understanding male psychology and knowing how to appeal to the ego and engaging in a way that is a bit seductive. Right? So even like the opportunity when you were like, oh, when he was like, when am I see you again? And you're like, I don't know. That was an opportunity to be a little seductive.
Right? Like, that's when I realized, like, he told me I missed it, like, in that time, but it wasn't just that day. Like, of course we had other times, but I do see what you mean with the sex workers having a thing. Right. I had that phase where I was into that too, but I was way more interested in the people behind the camera, I'll say. So, okay. I don't know, maybe it just... Is it
linking your bio? Where can we see some of your work?
No, thank you. That was then. That was then. But even then, it wasn't even for that. I was really just interested. Gotcha. I'm like, what made people want to up and do this? So, gotcha. Majority of people I talked to, it was just either some lonely men or the other male creators. It was a BS page that really the money came from the conversation and like some personal pictures and time and stuff.
Gotcha. Okay. But yeah, this is going to be just, if you put yourself in, like you had, fan? Say what? What you saying?
Treat him like a fan?
Exactly.
That was
exactly.
Easy. I was playing.
Exactly. So it's like, You had 3 examples of you finding men in intellectually stimulating environments. It didn't work out. Fair enough. That's not statistically significant, though. That's just not enough people, right? So just spend more of a bulk of your time in those type of environments. You're there long enough, you talk to enough people, it's bound to work out. Where you can at least make it past this hump of like, you solve the problem of like meeting people who aren't that way. Now, the next problem is going to be, are you going to be a match for them? That doesn't mean that you don't have depth. That just means that some people have immense depth, and you may have run into a few of those. Like, I have a lot of depth, but there are women out there who are way more advanced than me that I probably am boring to. I'm being kind of humble right now. This had never happened before. But hypothetically, I probably will run into someone like that where it's like them experiencing me and I'm the boring one here, right? So it's not binary. It's like a spectrum, okay? But you still want to position yourself. Your main problem is positioning. You got to position yourself so that you start connecting with the type of people who are going to automatically have the traits you're looking for. So you start running into these false positives. So I would absolutely get off dating apps and stuff like that, unless you see very strong signals that this person is going to be somewhat intellectually stimulating. On the back end of that, it would be leaning more into that sex worker pass a little bit, having a little bit of finesse. That don't mean you put on a mask and you just start being that way all the time. Treat it like garnish. You're just sprinkling a little bit of that in. Those early phases is like a dance, right? It's a dance.
Yeah,
and it's
so
like
tight.
you just throw a little bit. Yeah, but the men who you like, they're doing that version. They're doing the male version of that to you. That's why you like them.
But I feel like those are the ones I don't like. The ones that do the whole. I feel like it's a game.
No.
Once it's the-
What I
once
mean,
clock
what
it,
I
they
mean by
start
that,
spitting like,
what I mean by that is like part of that is like being playful, engaging in a seductive way, having a bit of finesse. That's still a side of them. They're just playing up that side because we just met. That's not them.
So
that's not
that's-
them pretending or anything like that, right? Like me, for example, right? People seeing on this live. If you were to meet me in person, I have the exact same personality. If you were to be with me, though, if you were to be with me for real, you would see that I have a lot of seriousness to me. So like sometimes I'm legitimately quiet. People who know me like really intimately know that, I have ADHD, neurodivergent. I need a long time. I can get quiet. To the point people are like,
Same.
you all right? Something wrong with you? I'm like, no, I'm just recharging my batteries right now. But acquaintances and people who just kind of know me like lightly have never seen that side of me. You see what I'm saying? But both are me though.
Yeah,
Both
I
of
feel
those
like
are
I'm
me.
meeting people that just see one side, like ADHD as well. I do work with kids too, so I'm playing.
But that's-
I'm
but-
total opposite. So
I got you, but that's what I'm not even referring to you
Understand.
in that situation. I'm referring to like the guy you're talking to. So like the guys who come across as like some of the ones you like may have liked them because they put a little bit more energy into the connection because it was an early connection.
Well, I don't ever get told I'm low energy. I respect what you're saying about maybe come on boring, but I ain't gonna lie, I've been up since 6:40. I work with kids, chase them. They got autism. I got
Okay.
ADHD.
I'm with you.
I was about to read a book.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
But even now, like even being physically tired, like I'm still up. Right?
Gotcha.
I'm
Gotcha.
having to do
Most,
something to go to bed.
but I will tell you this: most
So-
of his problems are going to be solved when you just date in those environments.
I
Even
believe
if you
that.
don't make
I
the
believe
other
that.
changes, just by like you only dating men like that, it is mostly going to solve this problem. Everything else is just like the icing on the cake. Okay.
Well, right now I know about 3 guys. They're very different. They are interested in me. I'm interested in them. One I've known for the better portion of the year, but our schedules never really aligned. We just liked each other from a distance, and that's what my sister said. I date like it's 1975. Like, how you know somebody all this time and you ain't do nothing? I ain't like his schedule, so I ain't want to be involved and get my feelings hurt.
Right.
He worked nights, so I was never gonna see him. Just like I was like, I'll leave it alone. We like each other enough to stay in orbit, but neither one of us did anything.
Gotcha.
Someone else is fairly new. We like doing the same things. We like the conversation. We're gonna do the things. And the other one, I ain't gonna lie, it's the ex that stay out too far. I would be flying. I'm gonna go up there and see. I'm gonna just go up there and see because he's still cool people. So,
All right,
we
then.
shall see. He was lovely. He was really lovely. I think the only thing that messed us up was distance. It was a mind, body, and soul match, but once you go far and people start feeling like you're going to leave him, he said he was going to leave me first. I was like, well, that's unfortunate. He said he thought I was going to leave him for some Tarzan ass nigga that I was going to play with to have fun, to give me that spark on that side of my brain. So that part of me that he loved in person, he said it made him insecure from a distance because he thought I was going to play too much.
Gotcha.
And do the things in the woods with them that I used to do to him. So he ain't like the idea of that. So he said he left me. But,
Gotcha.
oh well.
All right, love. Well, I wish you the best. Definitely keep me posted, all right?
Thank you.
All right.
Y'all have a good night.
You too. Bye. No more calls tonight. No more calls for tonight.
Hold on, Coach. I got you. Hold on.
There we go. Yeah.
I got you.
Sage it
Clear
up.
it out. Clear it out.
Sage it up. That's right. That's
I lit
right.
it this time.
Yeah, last time I won't lit. I didn't know what you was doing. Demons was laughing at you. Like, you know you gotta light it, right?
Mm-hmm.
There
No,
you
I
go.
actually lighted my candle, so it was perfect timing. Mm-hmm. All right. All the
Appreciate
things.
Appreciate you, CC. Appreciate
Bye.
it. See you later. All right, chat. What's going on, man? What was y'all's favorite call from tonight? We got a favorite? Eeyore night is what I would call it. Eeyore. Tonight's thing was Eeyore. For sure. For sure. Oh, I forgot about Typo. Yeah. Typo kind of... Typo kind of fit into that category too. Low key. Low key. We working with Typo though, damn it. Don't be judging Typo. Shit. We laughing at Typo. Kind of fits into that 2 shots of NyQuil before I head out type energy. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. But that's what we're working on though, right? He gets better every single call and we getting him right. You see, we got his energy up high enough. He got shorties buying him drinks now. You feel me? He got Miss Two-Tone buying him drinks. I would say Typo is well on his way. Because he's applying the coaching. It's like mad shits with Vitiligo. What is it, Vitiligo? Who model now? I've been seeing that. A few of them. Let's not encourage what? Buying drinks? Shorty was 30, he's 24. Like, she was trying to get down to business with Typo. She said, I know your name Typo, but this ain't no mistake. I need that. That's what she said. She said she needs that. Asexually. Asexually. Her and the homegirl was plotting. Typo, she won't chop, was she? Because when you were describing her, the word pretty or beautiful did not leave your lips. When she chopped a little bit, you could be honest. You could be honest. Had a drink bought for me tonight, but I had just paid 5 times that for dinner. That's cool. As long as they invest in something, man. As long as they invest in something. That's how I hold it. That's how I hold it. I had a dude hate on me when I was like 20 years old. I went to a bar with a group. I used to hang out with like a lot of older people, so I never got carded. This chick tried to buy me a drink at the bar, and I'm like, shit, baby, let me get a Long Island. And buddy at the bar looked at me, and he was like, ID. I said, hmm. He said, ID. I said, I go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be back, baby. Went in the bathroom. Fuck! And I snuck out the back. I snuck out the back after that. Couldn't get that drink. But it was hating, man. Like 5'6" or some shit. I ain't make you that tall, motherfucker. You just give me that Long Island. Hating on me. What's up, Diamond? What's up, love? How you doing? Good to see you. Where you been at? Been MIA. Been MIA. It does feel better, more natural though. You enjoy it. Oh, you talking to somebody else. He knew about the drink order. Now, one of my homeboys used to always get Long Island. So when I was like 21, 22, I used to throw them bitches back. I know, so busy lately with work. Go ahead and quit, love. I'll take care of us. Go ahead and quit. I got you. Life been tough lately, so I'm blessed. Oh, yes, bam. Let's get unblocked, my mods. When the mods having the powwow again? Not tonight. I mean, they may. I'm not. After that yawn fest, we just... Jesus Christ. I don't know. God bless them. I'm sure they're all working out, though. I have faith in some more than others. I will not identify the ones I have the most faith in. But they're certainly not equal. The cop might be cooked, though. That shit... People don't be fucking with cops like that. I don't know how they get down in Canada. They don't be fucking with cops like that. Oh, you cooked if you're 5'7"? That oven is preheated, brother. That bitch is warming up. But nah, you can just max out your other stats, bro. Like the short shit to a point. If you like 5'2" or some shit, you might as well go ahead and join the lollipop guild or some shit. Get some bitches, get some women on your level. But I will say this. It's more the insecurity about being short than it is the shortness. That's what holds a lot of short dudes back. It's the insecurity about being short. And it's that like, that short man syndrome. Because some of the like, a lot of short guys, man, they cluster at the extremes. So there's short guys where it's like there's no women. And then I know some short guys who clean up. And like Bonnie just said, not all women care about that shit, bro. That's the thing that makes life beautiful, especially this relationship stuff. Like there's so much variability because people are into so many different things. 5'7" is short for a man, Gina. We ain't gotta sugarcoat it. But it's all good. Still work out. Average height like 5'9" though. So yeah, it's short. Unfortunately can't do a short king. I tried twice. So at least I gave it a chance. Why can't you do a short king? And how short are you talking? Like would 5'7" be considered a short king? Average man in the world is 5'7". You're right. 5'7" with a beautiful face don't count? What do you mean? You talking about the guys who are short, who like got a real good face? That's why they're doing well? It does play a part. I'm not gonna lie to you. As they say short kings typically have a face card. Tall boys be looking goofy a lot of times. Be looking goofy a lot of times. 5'9" am I fried? Boy, I'm 5'9". I ain't never had an issue. Never had an issue in my life. Talk to women 6 feet tall, brother. Give me a kiss. Mwah. Up. That type shit. Who cares, man? He's got, like, don't take yourself too seriously. Look what Preston just said. He 5'6". No issues. One of my most successful clients, bro, he was short. Well, not was. He's still with us. But he is short. No problem. He did well on dating apps, which surprised the fuck out of me, because I thought short men on dating apps, you're cooked. You're cooked. Cause you gotta put that shit in like the little section. So yeah, don't let that shit stop you. I always said, bro, a lot of you guys have these fears. I wish you could magically see the men that a lot of these women have like dealt with or slept with. A lot of your insecurities would vanish like that. And you'd be like, for real? Him? Well, shit. I promise you. If you're just thinking that they're just all dating like these like amazingly handsome, that ain't what's happening. No. If you could magically see everyone she's dealt with, bro, your insecurities would vanish. You might be turned off a little bit. Ew. How'd that happen? How did that occur? I'm telling you right now. Will immediately vanish. I done lost attraction for some women after seeing their old work. I'm like, really? I think I'm out of your league, beloved. I can't do that. What are we talking about? What you got going on? Was times tough? Was this before the glow up? What happened? Magically would vanish, I promise you. Just gotta have a little confidence, man. Like integrate spark and safety. You ain't gotta do all that. The bar is incredibly low out here. Incredibly low. Oh my God. Don't take much to stand out from the sea of men out there that like ain't got no ambition, very low level of development, ain't read a book, can't read, don't let them read out loud. Even some of the educated ones, no common sense. I remember I was talking to Sale last night. I was like, when I was younger, I'm always like educating myself and stuff like that. I'm just a naturally curious person. And I remember like pedestalizing people who had higher level degrees and these high paying professions and stuff like that until I started meeting them. And I would meet them and talk to them. I was like, oh, you're only competent in this shit. It don't translate anywhere else. You dumb as fuck over here. You dumb as fuck in all these other areas. You can't just connect the dots. You ain't got like the sense to just like figure that shit out. How? How did you do so well here and you can't figure this simple shit out? It like even like financially successful people, bro, they just happen to be skilled or interested in something that our capitalistic model rewards. But it's like it don't mean that they really that advanced. They don't be a lot of times. I'd rather have common sense than book smarts. Yeah, the ideal is to have both because they kind of feed off one another. But my God, bro, I done had so many people let me down. I was like, wow, I used to admire you. I don't anymore though. A lot cheat their way through college. I hear you. But no, I've met people who like are legitimately good at the thing that they do, but it's like everything else is fucking going to shit. It's like rote memorization. I wonder how many people in your chat have dated a known celebrity. Is this your way of telling us that you have? Have you dated a known celebrity? Tell you one thing, Tyler come this way, I'm going. I'm going. Go. I have a few that follow me. I've thought about it. I'm not gonna lie to you. This would be great for marketing. This would be great for marketing. I can pull you real quick. Just snap a pic real quick. Cheese, baby. And like make a YouTube video. The industry hates him. Other dating coaches despise him. Look at who he's pulled. Shit like that. But nah. I feel like it's possible though, because them celebrity dudes ain't got no game. They just got status. A lot of lame people. Dependent upon money for access. Leonardo? No, I think Leonardo got game, brother. I think Leonardo was cool. But I can't date no celebrity though, because me and Erica already locked in. Considering that me and Erica already locked in, I can't even go down that path, unfortunately. Where are the mods for what? What's going on? Somebody in the chat wilding out? Key went down the drain, right? We don't need that. You already blocked them? Okay, cool. What were they saying? I'd be missing some of these things. But yeah, people, we're working on the book. I don't know if y'all were here in the afternoon live. I was asking the chat if I wrote a book around like how to become more dateable. That's both for men and women. That's not the title, but that's like the problem that it solves. It's like for people who are not really engaging anyone or who would like to, because a lot of y'all who watch this live, you're not in a relationship, you're not actively dating. You're just eating ice cream, getting fat, watching Netflix. And I want to solve that problem for you. So the chat was like, yeah, write that one. That's going to be good. So we'll cover things like spark and safety. We'll cover things like the 3 pillars of attraction, static environments, help y'all out with y'all's positioning so that y'all can start to date the type of people that you want to date. And you can kind of figure out where you're gapped, you know? So, not you, Dev. You're good. But it's like I don't have anything for y'all. So I'm like, okay, what can I give for them? What can I give those people? So we're going to do the ebook. It'll probably be ready by, deadline is going to be mid to late August. Go ahead and knock it out. Late August, because I forgot about Dallas. Speaking of which, who's coming to Dallas? Anybody else coming to Dallas? Want to rock out with us? In that 100-degree weather. And none of the Eeyores can come. This is an Eeyore free trip. Going crazy, Maya. Going crazy. We're going August 14th through the 17th. August 14th through the 17th. I gotta talk more about energy too, because I haven't really had a conversation like that a lot, but just from the callers today, it's like, okay, that's something I need to pay attention to. I gotta start talking about, because it's so important. Hold on, what's CJ talking about? Eva and Hannah rolling? Yeah, they're gonna be in the B&B. It's gonna be me, Hannah, Eva, Kiana, Danny, CJ, Bobby, Sale, Shiv, Express, Maya. Who else in the B&B? I think that's it. Yeah, not Cece. Cece's not coming. She's trying to kill the vibe. Shantega, yeah. Gigi, Ariana. Those last two won't be in the B&B though. They're flying in. They'll be in the B&B. They won't stay in the B&B, that is. I feel the way that my name was. I thought of you first though, Maya. Don't blame my heart. Blame my mind, baby. I will be there in spirit. Nah, I'm going to sage the place so your spirit can't get in. I'm going to light that sage up. You're going to be at the window knocking. I'm just going to do that by the window. You got to tell me about the Texas meetup. Yeah, it's August 14th through the 17th. So Brandon, come on, pop on out. For people who are not staying in the B&B, like we'll have like some meetups. So we're gonna meet up at the Barcade, I think Saturday, and we're going out for dinner and stuff like that. Obviously, we ever do another one after August? We want to do one like twice a year. So the next one will probably be Q1, because I think Q4 it's not ideal because it's holiday season, obviously. So like probably Q1 next year. So we'll do that, and then we'll do the summertime. So we'll likely go somewhere tropical Q1. I don't like being cold. Unless we taking like a ski trip or some shit. I'll do that. When my white homeboys got me on skiing. Wee on that bit. Hell yeah. That pizza shit don't work though. They be trying to get you the pizza where you just make the feet go like this, form a slice. I broke my damn ankles. Shit does not work. I had to do that damn Johnny Tsunami. I had to go to the side with my shit. Shit felt smooth. You never been skiing? I remember me and my ex was fighting. We went skiing together. We weren't fighting, but she was very mad at me because I kept leaving. She ain't had no fucking balance. She ain't play sports and shit. She don't got a good center of gravity. And she's tall and lanky. So I'm like, I'm trying to ski. You suck at this shit. I need you to get it together. It's like she falling down and shit. I'm like, all right, Toots, I'll see you later. Out of there. jumping over hills and shit. I had a blast. She unfortunately did not. But yeah, skiing is fun. Skiing is fun. It's fun. Really fun. And the shit we went on was like, it was in Asheville, North Carolina. It's like artificial snow though. It can fuck you up though. It can fuck you up though. Don't go out there bullshitting. Don't go out there bullshitting. When I first got there, they were like, they were bringing someone down on the mountain. They were like, ah! I said, what the fuck happened? They were like, she broke her leg. I was like, it's snow. I didn't know you could break your leg in snow. You can get fucked up skiing or snowboarding. So you gotta be careful. Gotta be careful. But it was a blast. A woman wanted to go ice skating and turned out to be basically a professional. A woman you dated wanted to go ice skating and turned out to be a professional. She tried to show you up, huh? At my local ski lodge, about 2 a year don't make it out. Is it because they're going down like paths that are too advanced, or just a freak accident? What really fucked me up was like getting off the lift. Cause them bitches don't stop. At least the one I went to. I thought we were going to go up the lift, and then once we got to the exit point, it stops, and then we just gently get off. And it's like, no, this bitch is gonna keep moving. You gotta jump off this motherfucker. I said, huh? And I didn't know how to stop because we didn't take any lessons. So I looked to my right and saw a bunch of kids doing the pizza shit. And I kept hearing pizza, pizza. I was like, okay, Little Caesars. So when I want to stop, I just got to do a Little Caesar maneuver, and I'll stop. End up doing the Tootsie Roll out there. Didn't stop at all. My knees buckled. End up doing the Tootsie Roll twice accidentally. I said, all right, I got to figure this shit out. I got to figure this out. So I did the side shit, and that was effective. Shit fun, though. It is fun. Cold, but fun. I'm seeing it in my head. Yeah, it was an accurate representation. But Ma, you gotta go for sure. You gotta go. Gotta go, gotta go. And my man gonna go? Why you gotta bring him up? No, y'all should go. That'd be fun. You said I ain't playing any skiing. Why not, Danny? Danny, have you going? Isn't that like a rite of passage for white folk? Are y'all official yet, Maya? Because if so, I'm upset you didn't share. That's news you got to share with me. Considering the coaching capacity. Very, very close. All right, good. I hope it works out for you, love. I was hoping you were going to say yes. I would have been like, I got another one. I would need another testimonial. I would need another testimonial. Unless we are, and I don't know. Oh, it's that close to where it's like you can make the argument that you already are. I got you. Good on you. Happy to hear it. We got a few other people in that situation. I won't name names. So I got one in the possible when it comes to relationships this week. Another one of my clients in the chat just got in her relationship. She was going, like, she hired me originally because she had like cut things off. And I had to tell her to slow down. Because what you describing ain't a bad situation. So here's how to play it. So she played it the way I told her to play it, reestablished a connection. And she got her boo thing. I was like, well done, Grasshopper. Well done, Grasshopper. That's what I like to see. That's what I like to see. I had one block me because I didn't text him for 7 hours. I had no idea we were in a relationship. Really? So he perceived that y'all were like together in a monogamous relationship. Do people not ask people to be in a relationship anymore? Now, I don't do all that goofy shit like go to a restaurant and have them like bring out a chocolate cake and write, "Will you be my girlfriend?" and chocolate. I ain't doing all that. I'm gonna be like, "We doing this or what?" That's all you getting out of me. Until after. Gotcha. Now you gotta communicate. It's incredibly important. I still got a pic of the strawberry cake dude asked me out with some years back. Well, delete that for your new man find it. What's up with the strawberry cake? You see motherfucker right now getting mad about some strawberry cake. What's that strawberry shit in your phone? Oh, you cheat. You got to go ahead and handle that. Delete that. I wouldn't keep that in the phone anymore. As a liability. 2019. You must have loved that nigga. 2019. Must be some good ass cake. Where was the cake from? Exactly. Come home with strawberries. He must be thinking of him. He throwing away all the strawberry Nesquik. I didn't love him, but I wanted the cake. Some local bakery made it. See, people, so you want to pay attention to people like women like Maya, because she is definitely evil light skin. She's retired her evil light skin ways, but it's like when Michael Jordan retired the first time. He'll be back. He's not done yet. There's more work to do. There's more rings to win. Evil light-skinned ways is hard to put down. She got a couple more seasons in her. Couple of more seasons. God bless her. With Maya, I didn't like him like that, but he wanted to rent a boat for the weekend. I mean, you kind of got to do it then, right? You kind of got to do it then. A boat rental. Who turning that down? Oh, Maj, I remember that caller that called in and she was talking about some dude and was pretending to be interested in him, but he really had a boat and she like hid that information. I remember that. I like vaguely remember it. Nisha just reminded me of it with her comment. I was like, I think you were with him because of that boat. She was like, no, I wasn't. I said, yeah, the fuck you were. Absolutely were. Who do you think you're talking to? You think that of me? Like I'm not perceptive? Come on, love. Been doing this for a long time, baby. I don't miss shit. Dude's gonna be sending invoices after hearing this. Right. He bought her an e-bike. Right. You getting a lot of gifts. You dating old Saint Nick out this bitch. Where all them gifts coming from? Expensive gifts too. White dude, wasn't it? I think she was like African. See what's happening, baby? I think she was African. Like a white dude, wasn't it? Buying her all that shit. Yeah. It was Danny. Danny was doing it. Tricking. I like hearing the guys go up on the live. Yeah, I like when my fellas pop out. They love African women. Danny, you hear that? Danny sure does. Yo, I ain't know you were here.
I have to defend my fucking name now. You got me. I remember that call. That dude bought her a bike and she left him for some boat guy.
Right.
I remember that call. I don't know why I'm associated with that. Slander.
You out here tricking,
Fake
Danny.
news.
You out here tricking.
Fake news. Fake news.
Tricking. Danny
Fake
Tricks. Tricky D is what we call him.
I trick for my crew, not the crowd.
That's right.
You're being too loud.
Yeah, trick for these African queens out here, man. You know? Just a little bit.
Those days are behind me, sir.
Do you think you would ever, like, fellas, y'all think y'all would ever trick at all? I really have to think about it because, like, imagine you got millions of dollars. It's never happening.
I've thought about it. I've thought about the extent of the tricking and what I would trick on, but I wouldn't go all out, you know.
Right. So, like, what would you trick on, Danny?
Definitely trips. Trips would be fun.
Yeah.
I would definitely do that more often. I wouldn't buy them shit. They wouldn't get anything fancy from me, but definitely like experiences.
Right.
With the right friends.
Bobby tricking for sure. Look at his profile pic. That's the smile of a trick.
I'd get Bobby a Lambo. He'd get a Lambo. That's one of the few exceptions, but outside of that, there's a limit.
Right. I think the furthest I go would be like flying somebody out, to be honest with you. Buying expensive gifts, that's not even my vibe in general.
No, I like doing thoughtful gifts, but
The same.
I don't think buy
Like,
people things.
Not like cheap thoughtful gifts. Like, even if I buy you something expensive, it's still like thoughtful. Like, it still has like some degree of sentimental value. But yeah, that's more my vibe. I don't like to me, it's the lamest shit in the world when I be seeing people like bringing up designer shit and then posting about it. I know we have some people guilty of that in the chat. No offense, but it's like that just, I don't know, man. You know what I mean? Like, it's always like popping low. You'll see people like they'll have like the emblem in their the back of their seat, and they'll take a picture in the car, but they gotta cock the head to the fucking side so you can see it. You're like, come on, relax, bro. Nobody care. Just fucking relax.
Your
Like,
medal's
chill
in
out.
the mail.
Chill the fuck out. Anyway,
Yeah.
but yeah, outside of like probably like you said, trip stuff like that.
Yeah, experiences.
Yeah,
Things that you remember, you know.
yeah, for sure.
But yeah, way too much slander on my name.
Oh man, you know, I just gotta let people know who you really are, Danny.
Too many people know. Too many people know. I'm a reserved man.
Right. Okay. Danny's not a trick, people. He's not. He is a man of noble character.
I'm poor and broke.
Well, that's not true. He has the means to trick. He just prefers not to. The real trick is Bobby. Bobby's the real trick. So there's a reason why he looks like Lil Baby. Because they share that phenotype because they both trick. You understand? So, yeah, if y'all want a trick, go to Bobby. Go to Sale. You know, Bobby and Sale. Those are the tricks of the crew. And they'll be in Dallas. So, you want to get tricked on. Come through the day. What the fuck you talking about, Maya? Put them glasses on, take another look.
Maya's trying to
Come
get herself
to
positioned
Dallas.
for some tricking. That's what she's doing
That's what
right
it sounds
now.
like.
I see the game.
She said, Sale looks like a trick? You think Sale looks like a trick? For real? It sounds like there would be a lot of women. Mm-hmm. We had a couple of other dudes supposed to pop out. They canceled, though.
It's
What
tough
do you
to
know?
find some real dudes too. We definitely had a recruitment campaign. Find some good ones.
Uh-huh. Eva said, y'all must not know what tricks look like. So I think she's implying that Sale is too attractive to be a trick and they're normally chopped. Is that the point that you're making, Eva?
He did write trucks. I have seen trucks before, Eva, but we're talking about tricks.
English is her second language, spot. Danny, give her some grace. Give her some grace. Sale needs more followers to cam up. What are you talking about, CC?
He tried camming up the other day. He couldn't.
Oh, how many followers do you need? Do you know? Sale looks like his profile pic. That's legitimately what he looks like. I mean, I guess you can cam up, but like, that's what he looks like. Made a meme for bot. Where'd you send it? CJ.
Oh, he did it the other night. That's for the Mod Pod though. That's Mod
Okay.
Pod content.
Why
Can't
you-
be sharing
why you
that
talking
publicly.
Why are you talking to CC like? Because CC like regularly says shit that confuses me. So now she's conditioned me to be confused when she types some shit, even if she makes sense. She'd be like, my favorite color is blue. I'd be like, damn it, CC, it makes no sense. Stop saying goofy shit. And then it's like, because she's conditioned me to do that. And she kept spamming random shit in the chat. So blame her. Anyway, I'm going to get off here, Danny.
All right. Have a good night.
I'm going to holler at you, big dog. All right, people, if you're new here, make sure to follow. I go live twice a day. Be live again tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. If you want to watch the replays of these streams, I post them on YouTube at The Signal Dating. Link in bio for that. If you want coaching, DM me the word coach. If you're looking for clarity of your situation, if you want a step-by-step action plan so you know exactly what to do next in your situation, just DM me the word coach. I'll tell you how to get your coaching call. I've got a couple of clients in the chat right now. They'll swear by the experience. But that's going to do it for me, folks. Appreciate the mods. Appreciate the chat. I will see you all tomorrow.